Oh man, something in my eye. Okay, so what was I about to say? Oh yeah, have you ever thought like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start running, or I'm gonna start studying. I'm gonna learn this thing. Any goal, just take a goal, and you start, you do the thing, but then you do terrible, and then you're worse off right after, or anything of the sorts of like this just terrible start, or you're trying really hard the common feelings of failure in the beginning. And today I was just walking, I was just like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, obviously that makes sense. And for me, I'm trying to learn a new software and I'm just like, it's just failing a lot with it. But then I thought about exercise, which I'm a little more familiar with, at least weightlifting, right? And I can go in there, kind of know what I'm doing, and I can be strong enough and know what to do on any given day. But not everybody is like that. They're beginners. So if I'm trying to learn a software, it's kind of like I've never been to the gym before. So I'm not going to be able to lift. I'm not going to be able to lift heavy at all. So you go in, let's just keep this in gym analogy, and you're trying to lift and do weight and get swole, right? But you're lifting super light weights and it's very heavy for you. And it's like, it makes total sense, right? Because you don't go to the gym. You're not going to do great by your height standards, right? So my point is that a lot of times the regular weight, let's just say for weightlifting, your regular weight isn't where you start. Like your normal, what would be like the common weight, isn't where you start. You start way lower and it's way harder and you don't know what you're doing. So it's like 3 times as hard just to do something that people can do, the average person can do very easily. I struggle with certain kinds of finances and money things and numbers in general. So when I'm trying to pay a bill, the amount of effort and the amount of headspace and energy that it takes for me to do these things is very similar to a weak person who doesn't go into the gym. It's like I'm far below average and it's just very hard. So the point is to encourage you to look at your problems. Maybe this is a self discussion. I'm just talking to myself, but to continue to support yourself even though you're doing really bad, because it does get, you keep going and you'll get stronger relative to where you are. You'll become normal if you keep doing it. It's just your starting point is way lower and you're not even doing average. You suck. You're doing worse than the majority of people, because that's your starting point and you've never necessarily done it before. You just did the opposite of anything healthy before. I'm keeping this analogy because it's so visual, but when it comes to the thing that you're trying to do, as for me, like I'm now really focusing on business and on marketing. And I'm like, what? I don't know what's going on. Everything's hard. I want to just hire somebody, but I think I'm just going to do it because, or at least learn as much as I can, because I just think it's like time to get into the gym, so to speak. Excuse me, it's really late here. But yeah, that's kind of where my head's at, and maybe that's helpful perspective of at least like in the sense that maybe it's not all bad. Maybe you're not doing as bad as you think. It's just your starting point isn't anywhere near most people's starting point. All right, hope that helps. Cheers.